What is up? In this tutorial we are going to go over SPRY validation of a password. And what this is you know when you go to a website and it asks you to create a password with either uppercase letters and numbers, letters and numbers, and special characters. There's a lot of different options that some sites require you to follow, or a lot of requirements that some sites require you to follow whenever you are creating a password. And in this tutorial I'm going to show you how those sites do that using Dreamweaver. Okay, so let's get started, and we're going to create a SPRY validation password. So go over here to the left in our insert group and click on SPRY validation password, and it's going to ask you for an ID and a label. I'm going to give it an ID of new password, and the label is going to be create a password. Here we go. And I've been having a little trouble trying to get my span to show up in my properties whenever I click inside of the span, so I have to go inside of my page properties here and then just say OK, and then it pops up with my properties. So if you're having that same problem inside Dreamweaver, click on the page properties inside of your properties tab down here at the bottom, and then just click on OK, and it should pop up with the correct SPRY password properties. Alright, so here we have a lot of different options. We have the options for the amount of letters that we want to put in. We also, let's give it a min of 16 characters and a max of a min of 8 characters and a max of 16. And what that's saying is basically the password has to be between 8 and 16 characters. And below that, we can give it some more options. We can say that they have to have at least one letter and at least 2 numbers. And we're just going to leave the uppercase ones blank for now. And we're going to leave all the max blank. And we're going to set the min special characters to 1. And the special characters are things like question marks and exclamation points or periods. You want to make sure and be very specific about what special characters are to your user. That way they know what it is. Some people might and some people might not know. But for this example, we're going to use the question mark as a special character. So just to review what we have clicked on here, we have set the password to have a minimum number of 1 letters and a minimum number of 2 numbers, and then a minimum special characters of 1. So I'm going to run this, try to save it, and test it out here. There we go. So I'm just going to type in something that is not legit and submit it. And it says the minimum number of characters is not met. Okay, of course, I only typed in 1. So now I'm just going to type in just letters as a password. I'm going to actually type the word password. And that's 8 characters, but it does not meet the specified strength. And that means that it does not have a number or a special character. So I'm going to add the number 1, but I'm not going to add a special character. And it's still going to give me the same error. So now I'm going to add a question mark and an exclamation. And it's still saying that I'm not meeting the specified strength. So let's go back and let's check out our options here. We have set the min letters to 1 and the min numbers to 2. So I only had 1 number inside. So I'm going to put another number right there, and there we go. It is good to go. So now you can see how those sites use form validation to make sure that the user is creating a password of the specified strength. And you can do all of that right inside Dreamweaver without even doing or writing any code yourself. You just have to fill in the correct form inside of your properties panel, and you're good to go. And that's it for this tutorial. We're about finished with the Spry validation series. We only have 2 more to go, and after that we will do a wrap up of everything that has to do with forms, and we'll sort of bring it all together, and then we'll move on to more advanced Spry techniques that aren't validation, but more of user, I guess, like interactive web pages using the Spry assets. So make sure to continue watching. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these tutorials and learning new things. We only have a few left, so make sure you finish out the Spry validation series, and I will see you in the next tutorial.